And now we are going to get into the Power 4 conference championship races. We are going to start in the ACC. Now, I've selected a few teams from each conference that I think will be in, contention throughout the season, at least for my projections going into the season at this point. I think there's a handful of teams throughout each conference that could really make a race at it. And we're going to start in the ACC. Now, the ACC has a clear favorite, the Clemson Tigers, coming as a heavy favorite at plus 105. They're projected to run away with the conference, and they have a couple teams, behind them that could make some noise. Notably, Miami plus 400, SMU plus 900, Louisville plus 750, Georgia Tech plus 1400, and Duke. I also have Duke and Florida State and North Carolina in there as well. A couple of longer shots there. But can't turn down those teams. North Carolina with Bill Belichick in his first season, a lot of transfers coming into that program. You don't know what you're going to get out of them. Duke, a lot of guys returning on both sides of the ball there. Also adding Mensa out of the portal at quarterback. I think they could have a solid season as well. Maybe be in contention with how things shake out. And then Florida State, also a lot of turnover there. Two brand new coordinators, a lot of new transfers coming in as well. Again for Florida State coming into the season. So I think the Seminoles could also make a play at it if those transfers pan out, and the offensive and defensive coordinators get up to snuff with the rest of the roster. I think Florida State could make a shock at the ACC if all things play out that way. So a few notes on some of the other contenders within the ACC. Miami, as at this moment, there's a lot of offensive unknowns relative to the Hurricanes. Their top 6 receivers from last season. So I think there's just a lot of uncertainty with Miami, especially with new quarterback Carson Beck coming over. Their offensive line and running back should be productive again within the run game. But I think there's too many question marks on the offensive side of the ball for Miami to really, go with them in the conference championship game. SMU, there's also a lot of turnover on the defensive side. They lost 9 starters on the defensive side. And even though Kevin Jennings returns on the offense at quarterback for SMU, they lose Brashard Smith at running back, who was, I think, at over 1,500 all-purpose yards from running back. So I think it's really a key player to lose there for SMU, losing a lot of production on the defensive side. Louisville, I think they just miss out on the conference championship game. So I predict the Cardinals. Jeff Brom's still there as head coach. Miller Moss coming over at quarterback. Those 2 running backs that they have are also beasts as well. So I project Louisville to make a real shot at the conference championship game in the ACC, but I think they will just miss out. Now, getting into the conference championship game, I have a long shot pick in the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I am riding with them. They've been a common favorite throughout the college football public, and I'm rocking with the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I'm not picking them to win. I'm still going to pick Clemson to win the conference, but Georgia Tech to make the conference championship game. As of right now, according to FanDuel, they are plus 1,400 odds to win the conference, which except for North Carolina and Florida State on this graphic, they have the longest odds to win the conference aside from North Carolina and Florida State. I'm going to pick Georgia Tech. A lot of continuity coming back on both sides of the ball. Love Hayden's King and the job he's done. Love Brent Key and the job he's done as the head coach there for Georgia Tech. And I think they will make the conference championship game in a regular season rematch against Clemson.